right, Chief. Wanted to send over some quick things for you to just take a look at. I'm not going to get too in depth here because I know we're going to spend some time together on Friday, but kind of wanted to just show you some flow of how things look for Station Journal on the Intuit platform. So just some real basics. I sent you a presentation that was sent out to give you a good idea as to what the tool is, and now I wanted to kind of show you what that looks like prior to getting together, just so you had a idea of what you'd be seeing. So with the application price that we get and we pay for, we get 50 applications, and each one of these are different applications that can be built out and used for whatever it is that you determine needs to be used for. We're playing around with a lot of different things on our side, but again, every fire department's utilization will be a bit different, and that's kind of the cool thing with this is we can build it to match your needs with Eastside Fire and Rescue. So again, here you got apparatus and equipment, Station Journal, which is our main hub. We're doing trying to get some fleet maintenance and rig checks into here. Your apparatus and equipment, all these things kind of pop up as tabs up here. So just want to show you that you can kind of get pretty in depth. Again, you can do 50 of these. I'll show you what just a single one of those looks like. So we'll jump into Station Journal. Station Journal for us took place of a few databases, an Access database, an Excel database, and a homegrown database that we were using for managing our shift planning every day. And what we've done is we've kind of blended those into one database that talks to each other. You'll see that it's very, hence the name, intuitive. It's laid out very good, very nice for firefighters, and it's easy to find your way around here. The first page that comes up, your home page, is a dashboard. This can be changed per user. So our dashboard from the fire and battalion chief side is different than a firefighter. Our fire marshal's office has a different view than the battalion chief. You can essentially build out whatever you want for this view. So this is our home page for battalion chiefs and for the firefighters. If you come in here, you kind of see some layouts. This can be designed however you want. And the cool thing with this is that everything is linked to something somewhere else. It's all tied to the database in the background. So you have links for training, which we tie together to our shift plans. Everything that we do in regards to inspections are tied together here. So no matter where you click, you get to the same place. Shift calendar, this will take us into our shift planning, which we'll do in a sec. And down below, we have some mapping functionality that shows inspections that are due. And again, everything links together. It all takes you to the same place. And this can be developed a whole bunch of different ways, given however you like. Again, we've got, this utilizes Google Maps in the background. So you can, even whenever you're on certain forms, you can go into the actual Google map and pan around, zoom in, do things of that sort. So a lot of really cool features that help it be very friendly for us in the fire service and make it easy. So that's kind of what our front page looks like. I'll just go through a couple of these real quick. We do all of our roster management from basically a primary roster. From here, we can look at shift assignments, training records, add shift assignments, training records. We keep our employee numbers, shift assignments, ranks. You can pretty much do whatever you want for here. We have an OT ranking that we're utilizing for our call outs because we do not use telestaff. You could look at training records for any individual and kind of get a breakdown as to what they've done, how many hours they've put in. You can sort on that however you want to get specific details. Really, really easy. You can select multiple pieces of that. Once you have that information, you can do emailing. You can sort and group it. You can save it as a spreadsheet. All kinds of stuff you can do with this. So just kind of wanted to point a few of those things out. We haven't really started moving documents over from our share drive yet. We're actually looking to move them over to OneDrive or Google Docs or something like that. So we're kind of holding on this a bit, but once that happens, we can link it from here. So that way we're not managing documents in two different places. Because if your drive is like shared drive is like ours, it's about 1,000,000 layers deep and really hard to find things. So this is kind of a future thing for us, a placeholder while we're getting ourselves together. Shift dates is kind of where we live. If you go into shift dates, what you'll see in here is you'll see a calendar, which was on that front page, which is essentially the same thing. And we'll go into yesterday. Once you click on this, this is a debit day down here, shift date. We color code these because they match what we use. Once you're in there, we're into a shift schedule. And this is where our battalion chiefs do a lot of their shift management from. So they do their station assignments, their hours. We used to do some payroll stuff from here, but now that's being handled at the city. But this is our validation. So our admin actually validates this with the BC information to ensure that the hours on the time cards are correct in their system. So we do everything pretty much in here. Overtime. Yeah, so very, very easy. You add new shift assignments, journal logs, training logs, everything is in one place. And again, everything's tied back to the roster. It's all tied together in the background. So we have a little place for shift notes, our shift journaling. We're still keeping track of that, along with who's done that information. Any training log that we've done ends up here. You log that, and then once you log it, you have an attendance record, which you can pull up and see who all's attended that. Really easy to get around and see what's going on for that day. It's nothing special you have to do. All the work happens in the background. Also, each day when we come in, our BCs will take a look. This kind of helps us keep track as we begin to do inspections out in the field. It auto-populates on here so the BC can see what's happened. It also will allow us to see if there were any re-inspections due that day. And in this case, there was one. So back on 12/21, someone had notified that there was a re-inspect due, and it looks like it hit for this day. So it popped up. So we can go in there and we can start looking at the document to see what exactly it is that we're looking at and what needs to occur. So this is kind of what we look like in our inspections. Again, you have the mapping functionality, so you can really dive in and look at the building. It really breaks it down real nice for you in each one of these. So that's all embedded, nothing special to do there. This is kind of what our company inspection looks like. It's pull down. We do ours from the, we were doing them from an iPad, now we're doing them from a Surface. Really, either one, they work good. This is a view-only version right now, but you can come in, you can see that there were some notes put in. It'll timestamp that along with a shift that put that information in. If the inspector comes in and more notes are put, it will continue to add. If there were any photos that were taken while they were out there that were attached to it, that would occur right here. This one did not have any, but some cool pieces for getting inspections. From there, if there were any detailed inspections that occurred, they would do an inspector assignment along with a date. So this is if we still needed, we went back out there 30 days later and they're still having issues, we would then assign it to FMO. They would do take over, and essentially this would become a technical inspection. And that's where you would see a list of this. So you would see multiple technical inspections come up along with their notes. So they would start putting their notes in, and we would see a flow. So the goal is to tie it all back to an address. So we're actually working on building out a new address database that pulls from Tigris to make it a little bit more robust and give us some year-over-year reporting. We're also able to assign these by year. That way that when the new year comes for 16, so they will assign for that year, and you can pre-assign inspections, pre-fires, things of that sort. Also, if there's a pre-fire that does exist, you can attach it here for easy viewing and verification. And then if the pre-fire is not accurate, you hit no, and then we build in notifications to the proper personnel on the back end of this. Same with contact. You can kind of do whatever you want there. So that's where that's at. We will start there and pick up later.